Well, he took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
That's definitely seeming like the case.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Oh my. Yeah, this is crazy.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
That's what all the evidence points to, Nagay.
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now! Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who the killer is, but what can I do? As far as clues go, there's still a few things. But still a few things. Dying message. Okay.
it's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, the dying message.
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message. Dying? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes. Yep. Index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
I mean, if you just, like, flip it upside down. Because I've always thought there's, like, this little thing there. I think that might be, like, an N, which would make that... Huh.
Hey, Chihiro.
Is it Leon?
You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh! Yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
I always thought it was...
You're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa! You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
It's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it. Maybe I see. Yeah, that definitely says Leon.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue card and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. If you did it 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. It says Leon. Where is it? Leon is here.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Ball. Burnt hurt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killers stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points
crystal
that may
ball?
reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. Something about it we need to... How it was disposed of, yeah.
I got it! If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
That's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That proves why Leon's the real killer. Shattered crystal ball. That's what it is, right? Yep. I knew it.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
Shoot!
Okay. I got ahead of myself there.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
There's a key?
So the only
That's not a lie.
one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge
Yeah, but
of
there's
the
still a way to press the button.
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in
No,
order
no,
to...
no, no.
No, that's wrong.
Get that out of here.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the... Yeah, you had to divine with it. No, throw it. You had to throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
Which would take some insane skill.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Yeah, it wasn't on before. Yeah.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Unless you're an epic baseball player.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
The ultimate baseball star. Yeah.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then, Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Well, I mean, now you're freaking out, and that totally blew any chance you had. Like, seriously.
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is... Yes, tell me about it. Tell me everything. Every case is one last element to bring the class trial to an end, the closing argument. Complete a summary. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. In the comic, there are a number of pieces missing, up to you to complete the comic using provided truth panels. If you take aim at a missing section and press the white button, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Climax and start. Oh, Act 1, here we go. So, first off... where's the invite thing? Okay, here we go. Next is the... No? Oh god. Okay, let's work backwards here, I think. Because... Okay, so you threw the glass ball. And you threw that in there. Next was the lint roll. The sword must have had to be like right here. And about here? No? Did I do it wrong? Wait, what the? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. We here? Okay, let's start over. We have 20 minutes to do this. I'm not in a rush. Luckily. Okay, yeah, that's definitely there. There is no doubt that that's there. That has to be there, 100%. And that has to be there, 100%. I'm guaranteed on that. Has to be before you get through the door and after you start struggling with the door. So yeah, that's correct. Wouldn't that make it that there? Handy buttons. Okay. To make target empty session, press the last mouse. Okay. Press the right mouse button. Okay. Wait, what? Is that? You notice something in my... Oh, so this is here. Okay. This should be when he throws it in, right? Whatever. You threw that in. Generator was this. It's not. Oh, there's more things. I think. How do I? Oh, I scroll wheel. Okay. Okay. That was first. I guess, what is this one here? Oh no. Okay, so this is boom. This is boom. What is this here then? Oh, this is the deflection. Okay. That would make this, here? That's gotta be there. That means that was there, and that was there, right? That's all the bits? What does this say? Killer enters. Okay, so... Yeah. I just have to, like, make sure I did everything right. If I screw this up, it's probably game over. Okay, so then that... Yeah. Okay, why isn't it letting me do the reenactment?
Here's exactly what
happened.
happened.
Okay.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the... Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Oh god. Haha! I did it without failing.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
And what's wrong with my
All of
story?
this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
Well, it's not like we can really get DNA evidence in high scores.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Evidence? Bullet time battle. What? Your opponent simply doesn't want to hear what you have to say. Well, yeah. You'll engage in a head-to-head battle. Bullet time battle. BTB by the aka the BTB B2W. Nice acronyms. Destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Mash your button press with a tempo marker. Okay. Lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked on as the... Okay. Use the method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Use this consecutively to start a combo. Keep it on the shade tempo up. If you keep missing, the tempo go down. Tempo changes, so does the timing hitting for each button. Watch out. Deal enough damage and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet like any other statement. Shoot their statement fast enough, you'll come out victorious. Just like before, your influence gains reaches 0, where you turn out of time, you fail. Good luck and have fun.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Alright,
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence. Okay, 1v1 me, mate.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me?
This is not a hard minigame.
Not a chance!
Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
No! I win. Okay, I was worried that minigame would be harder, but no, it was very simple.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Just accept the truth. You did
Leon,
it.
would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid! Stupid!
Way to lose it, bro.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Man, that was... Oh man. You really have to pay attention. Results. Final results, I got an A. Yay. 71 medals. What's a mistrial? Ha.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It's obviously Leon Kawada, I think his name. But, yeah. Victory to us. We did it. We win. Yay. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed. You really could have just left the room after she fled you.
So, that's why... None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. There's a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right. When I think about it, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong, because if what we really came up with was the truth. And that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind... It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If I was her, then the video actually had something to do with me. I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. Yep. They're probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here. Oh god. One thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her. That's why she betrayed me. So when she said...
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. There's nothing I can do to ask her what he was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. The entertainment industry sure must be terrifying, eh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What?
Phew!
I understand. Really, I do. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, eh? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. It's your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make enemies, pay for what they've done. You need to let it go for now. Damn it.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. You barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Guado will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill. Again, no, you didn't.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. Self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly is that self-defense? You both way into the bathroom. Did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself away in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. And you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing. You chose not to. Not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So, that's why...
Not... Stop it. I've had enough of it. Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka, do you not understand? I can't say Leon's solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him. Wow. If it weren't for you, this would have never happened to Sayaka or Leon. You shouldn't be fighting each other. You should be fighting against the one who put us into this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, more importantly...
Chills! Kills!
Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey!
No more begging.
Come on now!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kawata, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No!
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Nice CG, I guess. Oh. Rip. Oh, well. Cutscene like this. Well, that's, Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Well, that's a Gatling gun that has baseballs. The 1,000 blows. Oh, that, yeah, nah. That's gruesome. That is brutal. Jeez, that is something else. Ugh. I'm not sure what to say. We made it through the class trial without any real issues. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else would we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline's pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
I can't take this anymore. We really have to keep doing this. I can't take it.
Well?
Hey, if you don't like it... all you gotta do is swear to cut all the ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. That's the only thing. That's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make me sound like I'm some kind of dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
In this case, dark, awful, secret society type of bear.
Well,
Why are you putting up an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
Seems like you're trying to use common sense to make everything that doesn't make sense. It's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, eh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? I'm sure once you learn the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden here. Just like before.
Chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the blackened punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. Just like that, he was gone. Left us there overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Oh man, I guess that's... Even after it was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. Oh, I'm not saying anything. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. It was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered in my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
Told you before the class round started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. Wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you, that's a fact you can't change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. Wait, what? She was thinking of me? What? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. At least I could know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Your final thought... how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you. She never would have left the message. Maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
Almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, The others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Well, I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding, I just have pretty good intuition. You survived. The end. Three deaths. Man. To be continued, huh? But a spare bat. Brilliant. Well, guys. I think now is the time to end this episode. So if you enjoyed this class trial and me messing up, yeah. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next episode of, whatever. Anyway, yeah.